G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Combat Volume 2, Scenario 1. And we're 3/4 of the way through the second impulse. We've begun our ambush of the returning German patrol, which are diddly-bopping down this road. We've taken out their point man. He's dead. That's Soldat Summer. We've caused a couple of wounds here. So we're just going on with the Germans now. So this is a little bit different in that they all basically started waiting, unprepared. So they're all alert now, but we'll start with these two here. So this guy was shot. He has a bad wound. He's shaken. So he had a duck back order. So he now goes to hide. So he is staying there like that. Now he can try and still spot people, but anybody that can be spotted has been spotted. So he is done. But now we need to look at Soldat Winter here. And as per the scenario rules, what we do is we have a look at the German card here, and we have this guy who's in the open, and he is normal, so he gets a rapid fire order. But he has a rifle, so he will get an aimed fire order. Like that. And neither of them move. The next one we have is these two gentlemen here. This one, which is Soldat Roth, has taken a bad wound and a light wound and is shaken, had a duck back order, so he now becomes a hide order. And we need to work out what little white man here is doing. So again, he is in the open, normal, so he gets a rapid fire. Now, I'm not sure if I should be drawing a new card for each of these to see if they get something different, but in fact, I probably should. So let's just go back to the first guy. We'll draw a card for him first. So he's in the open, normal. He gets an evade 1. Okay, so let's get rid of this aimed fire. Now, an evade 1, under the rules at the moment, we roll a 6-sided die, and that's the direction he goes. So he gets an evade 3. Okay, evade. Dum, dum, dum. Always the fun bit, trying to find the right one. Okay, there's an evade 5. Evade 5, 6. Going crazy. Evade 2. Evade 1. I want evade 3. There we go. Okay. So he gets an evade 3. And now the second guy, he gets a sprint 5. charge. Well, there's nobody to charge. So a sprint 5. Again, we roll the die. So he gets a sprint 1. And they are done. Next 2. Okay, draw a card for him. He gets an evade. It's going to be an evade 5. And they don't act on these until their next activation, so that's fine. And the bloke under him gets a sneak. A sneak 3. There we go. Sneak 3. Done. Done. Okay, the next 2. Yellow one first. Gets a sneak as well. And we'll have a sneak 6. Righto. We have a sneak 6. And aimed fire, so he actually gets that. It's only the movement orders that change. Right, next we'll do the white one first. And he gets a run and gun 4-5. Run and gun 4-5. And there's his. And for the red one, he gets a sneak. So we roll the die for him, and he'll have a sneak 1. Come on, sneak 1. Where are you? As usual, I'm trying to get used to where all these are again.
I know you're in here somewhere.
Okay, we have a sneak 1. And they're done. Again, there's anybody can try and spot. Everybody that can be spotted is. We then have these 2. So we'll go white first. And he gets an evade. 2. Okay. And our yellow bloke there gets a suppressive fire. Which would be, what weapons he got? A rifle, so it'll be slow suppressive fire. So they're done. And we have these 2 yellows. We'll do the left one first. He gets a run and gun 6-5. Now, run and gun. We have to do the roll because he's running. So it's a run and gun 6. And then the other fella will get an aimed fire. Which leaves the last two. We'll do blue first. Who gets an evade? So we need to roll. Evade 2. And lucky last for the red bloke, we have a sneak. He's going to do a sneak 4. No one. Sneak 4. Got it. Finally. Okay. So that's where they stand now. So that is, again, there's anybody can spot or anything else. So that's the end of Impulse 2. We go on to Impulse 3. And I'll just be a tick. Won't be long. Sorry about that. Had to do my domestic duties. Had to go and hang out the washing and put some more on. Okie doke. So, Impulse 3. And we start off again with the fabulous Baker Boys over here. So we have an aim fire, so he can't shoot at anybody. That's fine. Is there anybody for him to spot? They're both good. Okay. I don't think he can see him. No. Can see them. They're both up. They're both up. Up, up, up. And there's only that blue one back there as well, which there's nowhere in the world he can see. Wow. Oh, can he? Yes, he can. So he's going to try and spot that blue one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Which is a -1 for range modifier. And he has an evade in the open. Evade in the open is a +1. So we have -1, +1, evened out. So we're looking at a 4 or less. And he is spotted. There we go. That'll teach him. And that is Soldat Pole. Right, so he has finished. Mr. Hydeman is doing nothing. So it comes down to our BAR gunner. Can he spot Mr. Whitey over here? And you can see him. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is a 0 modifier. And he has a sprint on the road, which is a +2. So we're looking at a 7 or less to spot him. And we get a 9. My God. So he is done as well. Which brings us to Charlie. So we're down here again. And we have these guys with their evades. So this guy is going to evade up here. And he's going to come out here like that. So both of those are done. They can't spot anybody or do anything. Our corporal and our medic down here can't do anything. They're planning and hiding. And we have these guys with aimed fire. There's nobody for him to spot. He can't shoot at anybody. But he can try and see Mr. Sprint out on the road as well. Out there for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is a 0 modifier. Sprint on in the open is a +2, so it's a 6 or less to see him. And we get an 8. This guy is ducking and weaving and moving all over the place. I don't think there's anybody else that he can try and spot or do anything, so he is done. And then we go across to Abel, and of course they're hiding and planning. So a zip, zip, and zip for them. Right, so we're up to Herman the German. So he's going to do his orders. So we do left to right, front to rear this time. Or we'll do, front to rear still, I think is for this scenario, because they're coming down this way. So we have this guy with an evade 3, which is over to here. Like that, and he is done. And again, there's nobody for him to spot that isn't already spotted. We have the next guy who's hiding. So he's just going to stop there. We have the next one is hiding as well. So he's going to stop there. And we have a sprint 1. So he sprints back up into the trees here. Like that. Trees are blocking terrain, so he sprints into there, I believe, and gets a duck back. So he has ducked back into the trees there. We get rid of his sprint 1. Sprint 1. I've got no idea where that goes now. Sneak, evade, run and gun. No, that's in there. Right, sorry about that. Okay, this guy is an evade 5. So he's going to evade on top of this guy here. Like that. And this guy is a sneak 0, so he's not going to do anything for the third impulse. Again, there's nobody to spot or anything else. We have a sneak 6, he's not going to do anything. And we have an aimed fire, so there he's not going to do anything either for the third impulse. So they're done. We have a run and gun. Right, now. So he's up to his gun bit. I think he can see him. He can see him. Can't see him. Okay, can see him. Jeez. Yep, he can see him. Okay, so what's he got? He's just got a normal rifle. So the range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For his Kar 98, which is a -2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's still a -2. Okay, so In all honesty, he's probably going to try and take out the BAR. It should probably be a random, but if he's got the same chance of hitting, then I think that's what he's going to do. So we have a -2 for the range, and our man has an aim fire in trees, which is a -2. So he's at -4. And he's a run and gun, which is -2. So he's at -6. So he needs to roll a 0 to start with. Okay. And he rolls an 8. So no, nothing happening there. And we have a sneak, so he's not doing anything. And we have an evade 2. So he's running backwards. And we have a slow suppression, so he's not doing anything. Then we have an aimed fire, so he does nothing this time. And we have a run and gun 6. Okay, so they're both there, so he's going to run and gun 6. Now again, he can see the BAR gunner, and that's all he can see. And he's armed with a rifle as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Again, it's a -2, -4, -6. And he's got a 3, so yeah, -6. So he needs a 0 to start with, and he does not get it. So he's done. So all 3 of those are there. We have a sneak who's doing nothing, and we have an evade 2. So this bloke decides to wander off. So they're both done as well. And that's the end of Impulse 3. And we go on to Impulse 4. Hey! Righto. Okay, so first up, we have Baker. Let's do this little fella first. So he is going to shoot, and he can shoot at him there, which is not a bad idea because he's starting to evade into the trees. So again, let's see if we can knock out these front ones. So again, he has a rifle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is a 0 modifier for his M1 Garand. And our bloke is in the open with an evade. That's a +1. Okay, so we have a +1, and he is a 4, which gives him 5 or less to hit. He gets a 6 and goes bugger. Okay, now can he see Whitey? And he cannot. I don't think he can see anybody, so that's done. He's hiding, nothing happening there. So then we're over here with our BAR man. Now, this bloke at the moment is going nowhere, but he's going to. Charlie here can try and take him out. So I think what we'll do is fire the bar over here. Oh, well, there. He's got more chance of taking him out. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to fire at Soldat Winter over here. So we have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for a BAR, which is a 0 modifier. And this guy is in the open with an evade is a +1. So we have a 6 or less to hit. We're going to fire 2 bursts. First one is a 4 and hits him, which will be a light wound. And he also gets a duck back. Duck, 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 duck. And I think I've been doing that. I haven't been giving them the duck back as soon as they've been hit. Okay, so he's got a light wound now. Doesn't have his evade 3, 4 anymore. Okay, so now he's got to do his morale check, wound morale check. So he's at 4, -1 is 3, 3 or less, gets a 3, so he goes down 1. So he goes down to cautious. And then our second burst is fired. Again, a 6 or less. No, he's got a duck back now. To 0, so 5 or less. And we get a 7 and don't hit him. Okay, so we have a wound. He is cautious. He is ducked back. Like that. He has finished firing. He can see Mr. White over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for spotting. Oh, shit, I was doing... I used the spotting chart for all that shots just then, but yeah, sorry. Okay, spotting. This guy is in trees with a duck back. And we're at 11, so it's a -1 straight up. -3, we're on 5, so 2 or less. And we get a 7, nothing happening. Okay. Charlie now. We have our first guy here, evading. He's going to come straight up. And evading, coming straight up, like that. Planning and doing nothing. Okay, we have this guy here who has aimed fire but can't see anybody. So he's not going to do anything. And we have this guy with aim fire, and I think we need to take out Mr. Evade, who's ducking back now up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for his M1 is a 0 modifier. Go over to the shooting chart, idiot. This guy is in the open with a duck back. Is a 0. So we have 2 zeros. And this guy is a 3 to hit. Yay! 3 or less. And gets an 8. Wastes his shot. Okay. And he's got... He can try and spot him up in the trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, there's no modifier for range. He's in trees with a duck. It's -2, so he needs a 2 or less and gets a 4. So no, he's finished. And then we have Abel doing nothing at the moment. Right. So again, we'll move front to back, left to right sort of thing. So yeah, following the road up for the Germans. So this bloke is a duck back, so he becomes a hide. This bloke is a hide, so he does nothing. This guy is in evade 5. So he will come down to here. And he is done. He's a hide, he does nothing. He's a duck back who becomes a hide. This guy is a sneak 3. So he's going to try and sneak over to the trees here. A sneak 6. He's going backwards. An aimed fire. Okay. Now, he can not see anything down in Charlie Land. He can see our rifleman in the trees. And he can see the BAR gunner as well. Okay, so rifleman in the trees is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which is a 0 modifier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is a -2. So, of course, he's going to go for this guy here. So he has a 0 modifier for range for his weapon. Let's go over to the shooty chart again. Okay, our man is in the trees with an aimed fire, which is a -2. This guy is a 3. -2 is a 0, 1 to hit. Oh, he gets a 2. Just misses. Right. Next guy here is a run and gun, 4, 5. Okay, so he is going to gun, if you can see anybody. And he can see him, but he can't see him because that's tree there. So that's the only bloke you can aim at down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is a -2 plus a -2 for the terrain is -4. He is a 4. It's a run and gun, so he's -6 in fact. So he needs a 0 to start with. And gets a 3, so nothing happening there. And the other bloke is a sneak 1, so he's going to sneak back there. This guy is a slow suppression. Right. Again, he can't see anybody in Charlie Land. He can see him. And he can see the BAR gunner. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 13, 14. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exactly the same with the -2. So he'll go for try and suppress him. So it is a -2 for the distance. It's a -2 for being in trees with an aimed order. Is -4. He is a 4, so he needs a 0 to hit. Gets a 1 and just misses. So he is done. This guy is an aimed fire. And the only person that he can see is, again, our BAR gunner. Again, it's going to be a -2 for the range. A -2 for the terrain is -4, so again he needs a 0 to hit. Gets a 2, so he is done. Next guy is an evade 2, so he's going to evade into these trees here. And he is a run and gun 6. So let's just put that like that. So he's going to shoot up that there. That's a -6. He's got a 3, so He needs a 0. If he gets that, then he needs a 3. He gets a 6, so nothing happening there. Next guy here has a sneak 4. So he is going to sneak straight down on top of these guys. And then this guy is an evade 2. He's running away. He's had enough at the moment. And that is the end of Impulse 4. Okay, so end phase, all grenades, none. We're not doing any medic stuff. So it's now we check our plan orders. So they need to do a TQC check. Okay. So the corporal down here is a 7 or less for his TQC check. Gets an 8. Jesus. Okay, so he's done. And for the sergeant up here, has a 6 for his TQC. Gets an 8 as well. Bloody hell. Okay, so that's done. There's no waiting characters. Removal orders, yeah. Place enemy cards, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Cards. Done. So that's the end of turn 1. Yay! And now we go back to the normal state of play where each German coloured team will get their own order card, and we go from there. So that was fun. So I think that's about it. I know. So the couple of mistakes I made that I picked up is, I used the spotting chart a couple of times, that impulse, rather than the shooting chart. I may have used TQ rather than weapon skill once or twice for the Americans as well, but I don't really know. A couple of times there when these blokes were hit twice, I didn't change their order over to a duck back as soon as they were hit the first time, so it was a bit easier to hit them the second time. I don't really think it's going to make too much of a difference, any of those sorts of things. So at the end of that, we have 4 members of, so 1/3 of the Americans are spotted, 2 in Charlie, 2 in Bravo. Nobody else is spotted at this time. We have eliminated 1 German, and we have wounded 1, 2, 3 Germans. Which, considering we only had 4 shots as such, well, 6 shots I think it was total, or 6 times that we could shoot. It wasn't too bad for the first turn. So thanks very much. Take care, and I will see you for turn 2. Bye for now.